Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get this going today. Another video review. All right, this is gonna be another good one. Give everybody a minute to jump in this room, and I'm gonna stay off this rickety table because I know you guys that are listening to my broadcast are wondering what is that sound that's always making in the background? That's me putting my hands on the table. Okay. So if you guys happen to hear me doing that, just say it in the chat room, because when I get into this, when I get into my rhythm, I'm not really paying attention to any of that. My sole focus is on that video. So if you guys can, please let me know. I know this is earlier than normal. Give everybody a chance to get in here. Those of you that are new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. The debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt. And if you've been in debt all your life, you only speak debt. Okay? I promise you, you only speak debt. Now, most of you are probably wondering, what does that mean, only speak debt? Okay, this is what it means. All right. Math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we couldn't count money. Okay. And the difference between people that speak debt and the people that speak debt free, the ones that speak debt free, like me and many others like me, we believe in mathematics. People in the debt matrix don't believe in math. That's it. That's the only difference between us. Good morning, Quentin. That's the only difference between us. The only difference between the wealthy and the not wealthy is mathematics. We trust math. We believe math. All right. And the best way I can describe to you, if you're trying to really understand if you live in the debt matrix, this is the easiest way to tell. But first of all, just looking at my website. Let's go right there. Just my website right there. Okay. Add up all your savings and then add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Okay. Now, all you got to do now, now remember, there's millions of people that live in the negative. 85% of Americans are in debt, right? If you do the savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life, and it's a large negative number, now all you have to do is believe it. Okay. This is where the trusting math comes in. Now you have to believe that's how much you're worth today. All right. That's it. Okay. So we are 3 minutes in, and let me wait about 1 more minute before I get started on this review. It's going to be another good one. Oh, let me set my mic too, by the way. There we go. All right. Give everybody a few more seconds to get in here, and I'm going to get started, because I love these reviews, man. I'm telling you guys, once you get out of debt, your passion will come to you. And when your passion comes to you, you're going to know it. And before I get into the video, I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea of what that means, okay? Because I live outside the debt matrix. Okay. How will you know it's your passion? First of all, you'll just be excited to do it. You know, it won't feel like work. But what I found out for sure with my passion, why this is my passion, because everything I'm saying I can prove. It's back with mathematics. So when I teach people, show people, right, I'm not just talking. I'm showing you with mathematics. It's like, see, look, this is how much you're worth. Do you believe it? Yeah. Did it match on your calculator? Yeah. And then this is how I know it's my passion. People will still look at that negative number and not believe it. This is how I knew. I would add up all their savings and add up all their debt. And if they're in the deep negative, I say, hey, that's how much you're worth. The majority of people will not believe it. They'll say, that's not true. That's not true. What's not? And I always look back at him. What's not true? Tell me. I want you to tell me what's not true. Just don't walk away. Just don't jibber jabber and be mad. Tell me what's not true, please. That's how I know it's my passion, because I'm showing people something that I can prove, literally prove. Crazy, huh? All right, let's get started on this bad boy. I'm trying to get everybody there to get to feel this freedom. All right, let me share the screen 1 second here. All right, let's get this party started. Now, this is a review of, oh, I forgot to put the full link. I'll put the full link at the end of the video, but this is a review of a guy on YouTube by the name of Krohn. And he is, I'm assuming, some kind of real estate mogul, something. I'm not sure what he is. But anyway, if you follow him, I want you guys to understand something. I'm not saying Kris is wrong. Well, I'm not saying Kris doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not really rich. He's dumb. He's not smart. I'm not saying anything negative about Kris. I want you guys to make sure you followed it. I'm not saying anything negative about him. The only thing I do is pick out the mathematical inconsistencies. When there's certain things he says that don't make mathematical sense, I'm only pointing out those things. That doesn't make mathematical sense. You guys can follow along and understand clearly when, you can just follow along with mathematics. You'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. If you finance something, you're in a negative. And it's okay. So here we go.
Kris Krohn here on Limitless TV, and today we are talking about where Dave Ramsey falls short in creating a true financial solution. I'm going to talk.
All right, right off the bat, okay. This is his. He's about to say Dave Ramsey falls short. Now, I want you guys to understand. Dave Ramsey is only using mathematics. He's not. Don't even look at when Dave teaches. Don't even look at Dave. Just pay attention to the math he's talking about, okay? Nobody owns math. Nobody. So Dave is really not falling short of anything. He's just using mathematics.
About some of the great things that Dave does, but I'm going to share with you the one pitfall that will make all the difference in the world for you getting and creating your real goals and your real dreams.
Some things I'm going to fast forward here.
Here's the deal.
Okay, here we go.
Dave Ramsey is a fantastic place to start if you don't have much of a plan, because what he's going to do is he's going to show you how do you get out of debt, how do you make your money stretch and last longer, how do you snowball your debts to pay them down faster. And Dave Ramsey's goal is to get you out of debt and to saving money for a rainy day. Now, if every American did this.
Okay, let's stop there. All right. Dave Ramsey is showing people how to get out of debt, because when you're in debt, you have no other options. Math says, this is what math says. If you are in debt, you have no other options but to get out of debt. Again, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Yes, including student loans. Yes, including a mortgage. Yes, including collections. All of it. If you're in debt, you cannot invest outside yourself. Why? Because you have no money to invest.
I think America in general would probably be a whole lot better off. And from that point of view,
if everybody knew what Dave Ramsey teaches and what I teach, the whole economy would crash. Why? Because there would be nobody left to finance cell phones, finance cars, clothes, shoes, lawnmowers, dishwashers, washer and dryers. There would be nobody left to finance that stuff. The whole economy would crash.
Love Dave's mission. I love that he's teaching America, come on, stop whipping out plastic every time you want something. Learn some self-control, do some budgeting, set money aside. The shortfall of this thinking is that when I meet people, Dave has his people so absolutely engrossed in this stay out of debt, debt is bad, debt is evil, that right now they think that the goal is to be debt-free. And I have a question for you. Can you retire on no debt? Can you eat no debt?
Okay. I want you guys to hear what he is saying. What's up, best version? Okay. All right. He's saying, Can you retire on no debt? Okay, he's leaving out a major piece. Okay, when you have no debt, you have lots of money, cashola. When you have no debt, so yes, if you get out of debt now, yes, you can retire on no debt. Yes, you can. Yes, the answer is yes, Kris. Okay, so don't look at it like I can hear the way Kris is trying to say it, but I want you guys to understand mathematically. Listen mathematically. If you had no debt, all right, you only had your rent to pay and say like electricity and water bill, no car, no credit cards. Think about how fast your checks would stack up in your bank account. Think how fast that is, right? That's so yes, you can retire on no debt.
Will no debt send you on vacations?
Yes.
No. When you retire and money does not come in, but you have no debt, guess what? You can't afford to live when you only just have no debt. In other words, having your debt paid off is a level of security, but it is not the highest level of security.
Let me tell you guys something, okay? In order for you to build wealth, you must have a solid wealth building foundation. The cracks in your foundation are interest payments, okay? Interest payments are the cracks in your foundation, and debt. Get out of debt and you can retire whenever you want to.
I'm not even talking about being wealthy or rich.
Me neither.
There's something even more important than having no debt. Do you know what it is? It's having a residual income or a dependable income that comes in whether you are working or.
I promise you, you get out of debt, you'll create your own business, and then you'll do what Kris is saying. You will create residual income. I promise you, it'll just naturally come to you. All right. He's mixing two things. I want you guys to understand. He's scrambling these things up to make it sound like it's complicated, but it's really not. If you always remember, savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If it's a large negative number, all you have to do is believe it. Believe that you are in that much debt and you will do whatever it takes to get out of it. Not some outside plan. Your job is the only way, not the only way, but will be the fastest way for you to get out of debt.
Not. For example, choice A, choice B. Choice A, pay off all of your debts and be completely debt-free. Or B, give you $10,000 a month, each month, for the rest of your living life.
I don't know what Kris means by that. I don't know what he means, but you don't have, if you're in debt, you have no other options. You're in debt. Okay. There is no B, there is no option C, there is no option D. Your only one option is to get out of debt. All you got to do is believe it. I know it sounds good. Hey, because think about what he's doing. Think about what he's saying. If the majority of people are in debt, of course, they're going to naturally gravitate to, ooh, I'd rather have $10,000 worth of income a month. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to say that. Of course, you're going to agree with that. Nobody really wants to pay off their debt. They look at their debt and like, oh my God, that would take forever. That would take years. Doesn't matter how long it takes. You have to do it. If you get that out of your brain that it's going to take a long time, or you won't be able to do something, you won't be able to go on vacation, you won't be able to get a new car, all this stuff, right? All the things that are going to bury you even deeper in debt, right? You got to get that out of your mind and understand that there is no other option. You must get out of debt.
Weigh them out right now. Which would you actually take? Chances are, if your expenses are $4,000 a month, $8,000 a month, or anything under $10,000 a month, you might be thinking, dang, Kris, I think it would be so cool to have my debts paid off. But you know what? At $10,000 a month, I can service my debts, pay down my debts, eventually pay off my debts, and have leftover cash flow no matter what.
Okay. And let me put this up there. So I want you guys to see this, okay? Because this is very important. This is very important. See what Best Version Motivation says? He paints a grand fairy tale dream. He knows the key words to trigger people that are in debt. Of course. Now, Best Version, I'm not even knocking what he's saying. I'm not even knocking his business. I'm not. I'm just pointing out the mathematical inconsistencies. He's not making any mathematical sense. Let me rewind this part. Let me see.
But you know what? At $10,000 a month.
Okay. So see the way he put in there at $10,000 a month, and then I can service my debts. Okay. All you got to do is this. Google student loan debt, trillions, car loan debt, trillions, credit card debt, trillions, cell phone debt, trillions, trillions. You think people are doing what he's saying? No, they're not. No, they're not. Don't not. Yeah, look, Lord Bell in the league. You're right. I can't knock his hustle, man. Hey, man, when you guys get out of debt, you pay attention to guys like Kris. Okay, he's using the right words to put the bait on the hooks to bring people in debt, because that's what they naturally want to hear. They want to believe that it's some outside entity that's going to save them from the debt matrix when it's really just them. So he sells them this, whatever he makes up in his brain, whatever. I'm not knocking his hustle at all. Okay, I'm just pointing out things that you're in debt. You cannot do those things. You have no money, right? And those of you that are new to my channel, let me give you an example, okay? If you had $50,000 in student loan debt and $1,000 cash in your hand, that $1,000 in your hand is really not there. I know you can feel it, touch it, go spend it. I know you think that, right? But if you just do the mathematics, you go 1,000 minus 50,000 is negative 49,000. That money is really not there. The key word, now all you got to do is believe it. You got to say, I know I see the cash, but it's really not here, because it's not. Okay. It's just like Best Version said, it's a business. It's a business. Man. All right, let's get back to this video. Just a second here. Let me get this off the board. There we go.
I can service my debts, pay down my debts, eventually pay off my debts, and have leftover cash flow no matter what at the very end. So in other words,
so people that are in debt, check it out. Now listen what he's saying, okay, you guys. Now I'm not knocking Kris's hustle. Look at the background, you guys. Look at his clothes. Look at the drop lights. He's got it all set up so people just look around and say, man, Kris got money. Look at all that stuff. When you're debt free, I don't look at stuff. I don't look at his clothes. I don't look at his hair. I don't look at the lights, because all those are things that mean absolutely, hell, that could be a stage. We don't know that, okay? But if you believe it, you just believe it, okay?
Words, all we're pointing out, pay down my debts, eventually pay off my debts, and have leftover cash flow no matter what at the
Oh, that's what I meant to say. So people that are in debt, they're going to all of a sudden know how to manage money. So they can't manage the money they have right now, but somehow when that big money comes in, they're going to somehow know how to manage it. That's not true. That's not going to happen. It doesn't work like that. Those of you that have never been debt free, okay, I want to promise you, it doesn't work like that. Now, once you get out of debt, you will see Kris, and you'll see how he's doing it. Okay. If you're in debt, you can't see what he's doing. You can't hear what he's saying. Okay. He's not lying. He's not trying to trick you. He's legitimate. What he's doing is legal. Nothing's wrong with what he's doing. He's just saying it in a way, God, it's so hard to describe. He's saying it in a way that you can't hear because you're in debt. Okay. Of course you want to get $10,000 out of debt. Of course that would be nice to take the money and the interest off that money and then you pay off. Of course it would be nice, but it's 9 times out of 10. If you don't even know how much debt you're in, you're not going to be able to do what he's saying. You're just going to get yourself deeper in debt. I promise you.
The very end. So in other words, all we're pointing out is that even though being debt-free is a level of security, a level of freedom is what happens when you have a residual income. So when do I pay off of my debts? I pay off my debts when I have a residual income that comes in no matter what. For me, that's the first priority. And so today, and in a moment, what I want to do is I want to share with you, what is the upgraded plan beyond just being out of debt, beyond being a great budgeter? What is the real plan for true financial security that doesn't leave you at the bottom of the pit at the end of the day? When you followed the advice, you got debt free, and then you had to reverse mortgage your house, and then you had to go back into debt because you couldn't afford to stay debt free.
Okay. Man, Kris, I mean, this dude is good, you guys. He's good. You have no idea what he's saying. Now, listen. If you're debt free, you have no mortgage. So there is no reverse mortgage because you have no debt. You have no mortgage. You see what I'm saying? You have no mortgage. So there's nothing to reverse mortgage. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not going to do that because you have no debt. But he's still adding in, notice how he's still adding in debt things that says, hey, what happens if you're debt free? Okay, thanks, Kris. I have no debt, right? And then he talks about reverse mortgage. You want to say, hey, Kris, I just told you I have no debt. What are you talking about? Right? But hey man, he's good. All right, he's good. He's the man. I'm sure he's making way more money than me. Okay. That'll change. Don't get me wrong. That'll change because I can justify everything I'm saying. So if I'm ever challenged or I come up on a stage and somebody says, hey, LJ, your way is wrong, and this and that, I'll say, okay, prove it. Prove it. I'll wait. I got time. Prove it.
So if Dave Ramsey's plan falls short, let's talk about what's going to take you from that first level of security, debt-free, and
the only way Dave's plan will fall short if you fall short, because it's a plan for the people in debt. They just have to follow the plan. If they follow his plan to completion, they will be free. So the only way his plan will fall short is if the person doesn't follow through with the plan.
And elevate you to where you really need to go, which is a residual income, a reoccurring income that has the ability to be greater than your expenses. There are two things primarily that I invest in that meet my criteria for a good investment. One is real estate investing, which I think you know because I got a lot of videos about that. That's where I continue to create a massive amount of wealth.
Okay, here we go. So you guys, I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong. I'm sure if it's true, hey, good for him, Kris. I'm glad for you, man. Good. But I want you guys to understand this. If you're in debt, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for real estate. Okay? Before you now I want you to do what I just said. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. And you can just do this in the head. People know how much it would take to pay off every single debt they have. Just imagine that number in your head. Okay. Don't worry. The majority of people in the US are in debt. So if it's a large negative number, that's okay. Yes. Including your mortgage, including your student loan, including your collections you don't feel like paying, and including your tickets, all of it, every single dime. Okay. Now think of that large negative number in your head. Now, knowing this large negative number in your head, I want you to try to see how you can do what he's telling you to do.
But the second area where I also create a lot of wealth is in business. And not just business specifically as in stock market. This is where I'm also investing in my business. And out there, you may either want to invest in someone's business that you believe in, where you've done the research, or your own self. So I'll invest in others' businesses, my business, and real estate. And what that allows me to do is it allows for...
Now remember, if you're deep in the negative, you have no money to invest in anything he's talking about, okay? You cannot invest in anything he's talking about because you're in a negative.
Residual income, it allows for distribution to do more than a 401k or an IRA or simply paid off debt. You know,
when you're in debt, you cannot see the real purpose of a 401k. The real purpose of a 401k is the tax savings. That's guaranteed ROI every single year that you do it. The majority of people cannot max out a 401k, which is $19,000. This means they stay high up in their tax bracket. When you're debt free, you can afford to max out your 401k. No, not the match. I'm talking about the full 19,000. You get to lower yourself in your tax bracket. And the difference between you and the people that cannot, there's money in there. That's called phantom income. That is guaranteed money every single year. Believe it to be true. It's only phantom to those who are in debt.
You know, people will ask me this question, Kris, then, so when do you pay off your debt? Do you pay it off first or do you pay it off after you get the residual? And friends, for me, there's only one math that works. I only retire my debts when I have enough residual income that...
Are you guys hearing what he's saying? There's only one math that works. Yes, it's true. Kris. That is very true. And you are using it wrong. This is crazy to me. This is so crazy. Dang, again, this is his business. I'm not hating on his business. Mathematical inconsistencies. Okay. Now, Quentin says, this is starting to make me wonder if I will even want to mortgage a rental property once I'm debt free. Yes, Quentin, you will. Okay, you will. There's ways to do it. Don't get me wrong. Get debt free. Once you're debt free, you will see how to do it. You will do it the right way. Okay. There is some many good advantages, tax advantages. Okay. So please do. Sorry, 1 second, you guys. Okay.
That I can retire. I say that one more time. I only retire my debts when I have enough residual income that I can retire. Because at the end of the day, guess what? That is the higher level of security. Whether you're in a network marketing company producing residual income, buying real estate producing residual income, or there's a business yourself that you're doing where you're trading ones for twos or twos for fives or whatever that.
Doesn't Kris look the part though, man? He got the nice clean shirt on. See the background again. He's playing the part well. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm looking at all the stuff in the background. I'm like, dang, he's got it all set up, man. People just, because you got to remember, people in debt, they want to live like that. So they see his background. They're probably thinking, ooh, is that part of his house? You know, I was in debt once. So when I saw videos like this, that's naturally what I would think. But this is all subconscious, right? You just thinking that way. Oh man, look at that. Look at this. Look at the way it's set up. Oh, he's rich. He must know what he's talking about.
That looks like. That's where you have a chance to get ahead. You need to invest. You cannot save yourself to retirement.
And I want you look at this, you guys. Look at this. This is very important. On this video alone, let me move that banner so you guys can see it. Look how many dislikes versus likes on this video alone. Look at it. He's got more dislikes than likes. 700 down fingers versus 442 likes. Ain't that crazy?
And that's the big flaw that's out there, is that if you're a good enough saver, that you'll be able to retire. Well, our really good savers go to work at Walmart. Our really good savers find that they can live for a few years after retirement without an income.
Look what he's saying. Look, good savers are going to work at Walmart. Says who? You, Kris? You say they're going to? Oh my goodness. He's good though. Hey, he's getting my feelings wrapped up in there. So if he's getting my feelings wrapped up in there, it's working. Okay, it's working. But I'm a different kind of feelings in there because I know what he's saying.
But then they've just consumed all of their savings and there's nothing left. So make the commitment today that you're going to do the math and that you're not going to engage in a broken plan that you know will not get you where you want. Become open to the other possibilities that can produce wealth. Because if your plan is guaranteed to fail, then you might as well as look at a risky one that actually produces.
Did you hear what he just said? If your plan is guaranteed to fail, who says that, Kris? Who creates a financial plan and says, I'm going to guarantee it to fail? So if you don't say, okay, let me see. If you don't say my plan is guaranteed to fail, no, if you say my plan is guaranteed to fail, I might as well do a risky one. What the? Kris is good, man. He is good. I tell you guys have no idea. This dude is good, man. He is good. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get to this video.
Reduces the possibility of getting where you want to go. Because the riskiest thing you can do is staying exactly where you're at that you know won't work.
That's true.
When I put my money into business, when I put my money into real estate, there is risk, but not nearly as much as standing still. And now the doors are open and the possibilities are available for me to produce not just a debt-free security, but an investment level of residual income security. Friends, create the life you want and pick up.
Look at him. See the walk? Okay, are you guys paying attention to the background? Pay close attention. Okay. This is the subconscious part of it all. Okay. He's walking out. He's got his hair good. He's got his shirt good. When you get your own business, remember, you got to pay attention to people like Kris. He will teach you how to do it, how to draw in the people in debt. Now he walks out the house, look at the neighborhood, look at the size of the houses. Oh, that must be Kris's house. Says who? Says you?
Possibility and potential to get you where you want to go. Thank you for watching today. If you're not a subscriber, do something about that. Hit that.
You better believe I subscribe to you, Kris. You better believe I subscribe to Kris. Believe that. I am a subscriber. Yes, I did. I subscribed to Kris. That's where do you guys think all my material is going to come from? My titles. Kris is good. He knows what bait to put on the hook. He knows what bait to put on the hook to draw those people in debt. He knows what to do. Believe that. He is good. Kris is good. All right, let's get to some of these questions here. Dave Bourne says, is he saying you, while in debt, you invest in something that makes residual income, you pay off your debt from the return? Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's basically saying invest money that you don't have, which literally means you're going to borrow the money to invest because you have no money to invest. So you're going to borrow it. So you're going to borrow some money to invest. And so and I'm trying to configure this in my head. So when you think, because it's not guaranteed returns, so you're hoping that the returns are good enough, and then you're going to pay off your debts and interest, and you're going to pay off the interest of the loan that you had to use it doesn't even make any sense. You see how hard I got to think mathematically to even hear what he's talking about? But to a person in debt that cannot hear, that sounds lovely. Okay? This is not a Kris hate. This is not a Kris bash. This is not you guys better be paying attention to Kris. I suggest you subscribe to him, because when you get out of debt and you start creating your own business, those are the things you're going to have to use. The background, the clothes, the people believe rich looks a certain way. They believe, if you believe being rich looks a certain way, you are fooling yourself. It's no different than we think all the people that are homeless, they're on drugs. People get this TV, they watch this TV stuff and they believe it. Rich is not a look. I promise you, it's not a look. You won't even know. The richest people, you couldn't even tell, because you already got this image in your head of what rich looks like. That's not true. Okay. Dave said it make no sense. Sure. Nope. Lord Vale says savings are paramount. You sure are. That is true. Very true. Best Version says, LJ, you can go all day with his videos. This is great comedy relief. You ain't lying, Best Version. That's why I subscribe to him. Oh man, he's good. Kris is good. It's crazy that I'm gonna use this stuff for my material, but I still respect his business style, man. You guys, I know we can hear it, but then when you come on this side, hey, you got to be part of the system, else you're gonna go broke. Now, I know I'm against the grain right now. I know I am, but that's cool. That's my version. That's my vision, passion. I've always been a person that takes it above a level than the average person. I've always been like that. So when I came on here being against the grain with debt and credit, I knew what I was doing. But that makes me stand out more. This is why Dave Ramsey is so big. There's not much competition in this area, this field that I'm in. Know why? Because the majority of Americans don't even know I exist or what I'm speaking exists. They don't even know. They don't even know. Don't even know. This is what's going to make you a monster in this game, because once you get out of debt and you start your own business, not only will you see the regular consumer fakers, you will see the people in business, the fakers. You will see them. You'll spot them. You know why? Because if they've been in debt all their lives in their personal finances, guess what they're going to naturally do? Carry those same habits over to their business finances. I promise you. And they won't even know they're doing it. Won't even know. Tom Petty says, I'm pretty sure that background wasn't a real house and totally didn't walk out the house. He didn't. The power of editing. Exactly. They can put in, man, they can put in anything they want. If people can go on Instagram and change themselves from fat to skinny, right, to shave off the stomach and the legs, I mean, that thing be looking real when they edit them pictures. You think they can't do the background of a house? And he could have went to his buddy's house and said, hey, man, let me just do a shot of me walking out your house. That's all I want. And that's it. Now, don't worry about it, Dave. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Man, you know what, you guys, I am excited. I'm excited to get into like grade schools. I am. I'm to start these kids early on this. I'm here. I keep saying that I'm here to make the next generation, create the next generation of multimillionaires. I am. And I know people say, well, how you going to do that, LJ? You're not even a multimillionaire. Not yet. Not yet. But how I know? Mathematics. Mathematics. That's how I know. I always try to give you guys examples to put out there in the debt matrix so you could see how I'm gonna be a multimillionaire. The best one is this one. I always tell you this. Make a write on your wall, write in your Instagram. I want you to say, hey, check it out, and just ask this question. Okay. Hey, if you had $100,000 in student loan debt, but you inherited $80,000, what would you do with that money? Post it on your wall. Look how many answers when you will look. I want you to count how many answers you will get back from that, just that one question. And then when you get all these multiple answers, I want you to ask yourself, how come there's multiple answers when there's only one? The only one answer there is, it's negative 20,000. 80,000 minus 100,000 is negative 20,000. They're still in the hole. How come the majority of people believe they can invest a little bit in a car, in the stock market, in some CDs or whatever? They be coming up with all these random ideas. Then you got to ask yourself, how come they believe they can invest negative dollars? I have no idea. That's how come I'm going to become a multi-billionaire. The people in the debt matrix have no idea what they're saying. That's why Krohn is attracted to them. They have no idea what they're saying. All Around Strong said, LJ just recently came to the chat. Is the title of this video sarcastic? It's a review, All Around Strong. I know you can't. I already did it already. So when this video's over, I know. See, hey, All Around Strong. It got your attention, right? You're like, what? What the heck is that? Click, 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 click. I want to see what it is. And that's why I use that title. It's from Krohn. I forgot to put the link in the video, so I'll put it in afterwards, the full video. But it's a review of somebody's title of that video, okay? That is funny. Hey, you guys have any questions? You guys can just, come in and let me throw this. Sometimes people like to come in and join me. So let me throw that up there just in case. Now, like I said, Krohn is he's good. He's good. He's good. He has over 500,000 subscribers, you guys. 500,000. Okay? 500,000. Krohn, let me put his name in there all around so you can probably just Google him and you don't have to wait till the end. Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. Here we go. Here's the link to the actual video, just in case you want to check it out ahead of time. There you go. But this guy's good, but God, I couldn't do what he's doing. Because of what I do, I can't do exactly what he's doing, right? But I want you guys to look outside of, look outside of what he's saying, okay? If you just do savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life, you'll say, okay, I'm in the negative. I can't really do anything he's saying, right? And then I want you to pay attention to your outside environment. You look at the total student loan debt, credit card debt, cell phone debt, car loan debt, mortgage debt. You look at all that, even like these new earning apps, you know, the installment loans. Look how much money they're making off in online installment loans, the earning app and other apps like it. I want you guys to see that. And then once you see the total, when you stop looking at money individually, you start looking at money collectively, right? You'll see the totality of like, okay, if the majority of people are getting these type of loans, they're not doing what Kris is saying, or they might be doing it, but they're doing it with borrowed money. Okay. And they believe it's theirs for some reason. I have no idea how the banks did that. I have no idea. All around strong. I know who he is. Oh, okay. I've never, Best Version Motivation brought him up to my attention. I had no idea who he was. I was just like, oh, okay, let me just listen to him. And then as soon as I heard him start talking incorrect math, I was like, oh, he's my target now. Bullseye. Best Version says, LJ, play his latest mentoring video from 3 days ago. 3 days ago? Really? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me see. 3 days ago. Okay, 1 second here. 1 second. Let me go look at this. Let me go look. You said 3 days ago. You happen to know the title, Best Version? Let me see. 1 second. I'm going through his videos now. 3 days ago, he said. That's 4, 5, 3. Personal game plan creation, Dylan. Okay, it must be personal game plan creation. All right, let me bring this up here.
How can a college kid
1 second.
invest in real estate? Well, take it.
All right. Let's go sign for a house. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let me turn this. All right, we're going to do one more review, okay? This is ad hoc, so we're going to do this real quick. So, and we're going to watch, and I want you guys to see this because this is how, oh, okay, I see it now. This is how, now I've never watched this video. We're about to watch this video together. The only thing I'm looking for is mathematical inconsistencies. That's it. My feelings about outside of what he's doing and what he's saying are irrelevant. I'm only talking about mathematics, okay? All right, let's get to this one here. Let me see.
From one that bought 25 homes back when I was in college. More importantly, today I'm going to introduce you to a young man named Dallin who really doesn't have a job. He's in college. He's in the middle of his program, but his real passion is for real estate and he wants to know how to get started. I'm going to create a custom game plan for him and I'm going to show him exactly how I did it and exactly how he can do it too. I'm going to be sharing 4 different ways that he can do it. Hopefully it will help you on your journey as well.
Why is it hesitating? Come on, man.
So I am sitting here with Dallin in college right now. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Good. And so Dallin, you've been watching the channel for a while. How long now?
Ooh, a couple of years.
Getting some of the knowledge. And you told me that you have a ton of passion for this game of real estate.
Yeah.
And I want to really kind of find out what would his game plan look like if Dallin actually wanted to get in the game of real estate. Because right now he's really committed to being a student. You work just a little bit, 10 hours a week on the side, bring in a little bit of money, get a little bit of student loan debt, but you got a 3-year journey ahead of you in an accounting program.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're committed to your program in college and don't really have time for a full-time job on the side? Maybe work a little bit in the summers. We're going to break it all down and find out really the plan that makes the most sense and see if any of it resonates with you.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yep, let's go.
Awesome, Dallin. So listen, first of all, you said that you have some passion for real estate. Where does that come from?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I've just always felt it inside. I think just the freedom that can come from investing and using your money correctly, I think is super powerful.
Awesome. So in school, master's a program at a prestigious university to be an accountant. But at the same time, you're also freelance for software development. Is that right?
That's correct.
And so
now, right off the bat, I want you guys to understand something. So you understand that job titles mean nothing. This kid is in college for accounting. He's being professionally taught how to balance books. Okay. He already knows how to balance books. That's going to be his job. He's going to go work for a business and he's going to teach him he's going to help balance their books. How come he's not going to apply this to his own finances? Pay attention to that. He's not going to use what he's being taught to balance his own finances.
Quite eclectic. I'm just telling you, you definitely have an entrepreneurial bone, and those that get an education in accounting definitely helps on the side of how to run a business super competently and smart, because a lot of people mess up the accounting side.
Awesome.
So good background for you. All right, dude, let's dive in. So a couple of things I need to know. Other than working 10 hours a week, don't really have a job right now.
Yeah.
But you have been with them for the last 3 years. You are planning on working during the summers.
Yes, that's correct.
This is good. All right. So other than that, credit, have you developed that?
A little bit, not a whole lot.
How many credit cards do you have?
I'm signing up for one tonight.
Okay. So. You're going to want to get a total of 3.
3, okay.
Most banks want 2.
He is telling a college kid to get 3 credit cards. Oh, I would tell a kid 1, but I would be afraid to tell a college kid even 1. You only need 1 credit card, but I would personally be afraid to even tell a kid that he needs 1 credit card. I wouldn't do it.
Maybe 3 lines of credit, and I don't really want you to use them and rack them up. I just want you to use and pay off, use and pay off. The same thing you would use a debit account for to like buy gas.
For those of you that might be his age, this is all you got to do. You get 1 single credit card, use it everywhere you would normally use your debit card or cash. You pay that off in full every single month. You only spend what you can afford to pay off at every single month, and your credit score will go through the roof. You know how I know? Because I have 1 credit card and my credit score is like 700 something with 1 single credit card.
Just actually use the credit card and then pay it off. Okay. What it does is we're trying to develop a history with the credit bureaus that basically say, hey, I'm financially responsible. My FICO score match.
You walk into the bank with a good credit score, absolutely 0 debt, with money down on whatever you're trying to buy. The bank will know exactly, they will know exactly, how am I saying this? They will know that you manage money well. Okay. They will know by looking at your credits, by looking at all 3 of your credit reports, clearly see you have no debt, clearly see you have cash. Okay. And 1 single credit card with a nice credit score, they will know that and they will not offer you anything less than the best loan on the market.
Matches my accounting degree. Here are some of the options that I'm seeing right now that I want to create some awareness on. The first one that I want to show is that in the summer, when you go full time, you can leverage the last 3 years of history, and the banks will say that's uninterrupted work history. And they want 2 years. You're past that mark. And then when you go to full time, what the banks will do is they'll actually bounce that up. And whatever you're claiming income right then is what they'll use for the last 2 years.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a little cute little loop that I've exploited before. And what that means is you can be student, working 10, 20 hours a week on the side, and then all of a sudden in the summer you pop up to full time, and you wait near the end of the summer, and the bank says, wow, your pay stubs are showing strong, and based on that, we're going to qualify you to buy a house because
you better believe the banks are going to do that. They're going to say, oh, he's earning more income. We can adjust his DTI, debt to income ratio, so you can dig yourself further in debt. Of course they're going to do that. Of course, that's not a loophole. That's not a trick. It's not. No, they're going to say, oh, this kid's making more money. Okay, cool. We can get more money from him. He'll bury himself even deeper in debt. We'll give him some loans since he's making more money. That's how it works. That's the natural process. Kris is not exposing any loophole. That's normal. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what would you do? You would focus on buying what we call a primary residence. Now, the downside of this is you got to probably save up $4,000 to $5,000 to basically put what's called a 3% down payment on a home. Now, the good news is
he keeps talking about FHA mortgages to a kid. He's already putting him in the debt matrix already. He's starting him out young. Anything less than 20% put down on the house, you're talking FHA mortgage. Okay, FHA mortgages are only for people that absolutely refuse to use mathematics on their own finances. FHA mortgages are only for people that absolutely refuse, that they cannot afford a home at this time. That's who they are. Because if you manage money well, you wouldn't touch an FHA mortgage if your life depended on it.
Is when you buy this house, you're not married, right?
No.
So you get 3 roommates,
Mhm.
and you actually charge your roommates rent, and guess what they're doing?
Paying down the mortgage.
They're paying the mortgage down. They're covering the rent, and there's actually usually in this area, there's positive cash flow.
Mhm.
So there's room for you, depending on whether you're zoned for 4 or 6 students. If you would focus on something more like 6, get some.
Who want to live with that many people? And he's talking get some roommates. All of them are going to be guaranteed to pay. They're his age. You think their rent is going to be consistent on an on-time basis? No, it's not. No, it's not.
In the area, give someone private rooms, shared rooms, all of that kind of action. My guess is you're probably going to be $300 to $500 a month positive cash flow, and that just means that you can get in the game of real estate, but you don't need a whole lot of money to do it.
He is selling this kid a dream. Look at him. Kris is good. Okay? I mean, to a young, and don't even, I want you guys to understand, don't look at the kid. It's because, yes, he's younger, but age really doesn't matter when it comes to this money game. There are people my age still believing that are watching this video and will believe what Kris is saying. So age really doesn't matter. It's just when they're that young, they're more susceptible to it.
A second option would actually be co-signing. Co-signing basically says, I've got a parent, a friend, a relative, somebody that, listen, I'm only working 10 hours a week, dude. I'm working on my college thing. That is a usable asset, but it's not going to be enough for someone to loan you a house. So you say, I'm going to combine it with someone else's situation. I'm going to co-sign. By co-signing, you can also get in the game of real estate. You can buy a house. It could be a primary residence, or it could be an investment property. P for primary, I for investment property. And so when you take a look at that, that's just another way of getting in the game. I'd probably go primary, small amount of money. You could even split it with them going 50-50.
Yeah.
And actually have joint ownership on the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that one doesn't require bumping up in summer to full-time, even if you are doing that anyway. This is something that you have to wait for. This is something you can do immediately. Like there's no stopping you from that.
Yeah.
The third option that we have here is I have a program all about lease options. What I do is I actually show people how to purchase homes without banks. It's a form of seller financing. One of these game plans that I'm sharing with you right now, they're actually built on working around the bank's rules.
Okay, stop messing around, Kris. Tell me about number 3.
At some point, you just say, screw it. I don't want to play with the bank's rules anymore.
Yeah.
I actually want to invent my own rules. And I designed an entire program showing people how to invent their own contracts. They're fully legal and legitimate that you can use for actually transacting real estate. So lease options would be literally, I'll just give you an example. It would be finding a landlord that is renting a house that doesn't want to be a landlord. Many landlords are accidental landlords, meaning I inherited this house, or it's my brother's problem and I'm just trying to help him out with it, or I thought I wanted to be in real estate, but then when I started landlording, I decided I hated it. And so you get a lot of people that are don't wanters. And so I basically teach you how to find the don't wanters and be their solution. It's like,
Oh, cool.
Listen, I'll take over the home, I'll assume it, and I'll be responsible. Now, what they don't know.
Now, okay, I ain't gonna lie. That's awesome. Okay, that is awesome. That's an awesome idea. I've never thought about it that way. But you're right. There are some default homeowners that don't want to be homeowners, and if you catch that person that doesn't want to be a homeowner and they're deep in debt, you can get that house for little of nothing. Okay, that's amazing right there. Okay, I'd use that. I don't know how you would find people like that. That's going to be the next task. I guess you can go downtown and how could you do that? If they got the default home, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how you would see it. I guess the easiest way to see that, if you drive by a neighborhood and you see a good looking house, but you can tell it's not well taken care of. Those are kind of like signs to say, hey, why does that house look like that? Because usually people that are in debt or some kind of something, let their houses go on the outside. So you can go knock on the door and say, hey, I'm so-and-so with so-and-so. I do this, that, so, but you would have to do some footwork, I'm assuming.
Instead of being a landlord, they hate it. You say, I got it. And I'm not asking you to be a landlord. You're actually going to find a family to put in the home that will take care of it. And it's like a landlord-less version of renting, but they pay a premium on rent, which means a higher cash flow. So there's something for the original buyer, and there's something in the middle for you. It's called a sandwich lease. What's cool about this one is that this game of real estate, to get involved, you can literally do anywhere from no money down deals up to some deals that take maybe like $5,000. But from $0 to $5,000, that's really the financial commitment that it takes to actually learn how to leverage that system. This takes some hustle. This isn't really a hustle system. This isn't a hustle system. This is a little side hustle. This could be like, hey, I'm going to spend 5-6 hours a week combing through, watching the market, and finding the things that meet the requirements that Kris says. I look into them and I find the house that I'm going to do. Cool. So I've done a lot of houses like this, take no money, no credit, or
how many, let me tell you this, you guys, and if you're new to my channel, and just say this to yourself, okay? Right now, if you're in debt, do you understand anything Kris is telling you right there? Any of that? Any of that? Now, at the beginning of this video, I said, add up all your savings, total up all your debt in your head, forget all that. And then total up how much it would, if somebody wrote you a check today, how much would that check have to be? And then how much you go to savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Now, if that's a large negative number, you add that number into that equation. Does any of that work when you start out with a large negative number? None of it will work. None of it will work. And so he's telling this kid that barely has a job to do something like number 3. Oh my God. No, sir. You better not. That kid is going to be part of the debt matrix for the rest of his life if he don't wake up and use mathematics. And he's an accountant. He's being trained for accounting. If he just run the numbers and say, Kris, that doesn't make any mathematical sense.
Very little money, very little credit. Actually, in this situation, these ones don't require any credit at all. Because someone else, the mortgage is staying in their name. They're the bank.
Yeah.
They're not making you qualify the way a bank would. Does that make sense?
No.
Makes sense to you, Dad?
No, it makes sense for sure.
That's a third option, and today I have a fourth option for you.
Great.
I'm always happy if I can have at least 4 options. I'll give you a horrible 5th option. I'll blow it. I won't even write it up because I hate it, but it's called wait till you graduate, and then you can get a job, and jumping into real estate will be easy. Yeah. I don't like that option because I hate it. I don't like it either. I don't like it because I'm not even going to.
Oh, Dallin, that is your only option. And that's the best option he has come up with so far. Go to school, graduate, go back home, live with your mom, pay every single penny of that student loan debt off, and then you will be immediately financially ahead of the 45 million people that do have student loan debt. That's exactly what you do, Dallin. Oh my gosh. And Kris says, I hate it. I know why you hate it, Kris, because it's not part of your business plan. I know it's not. It doesn't fit in your business plan.
Write it down.
Yeah.
So this 4th option right here, Dallin, this is what I call partnering. I've got a program right now that's called Maverick. And the way the Maverick program works is I basically say, hey, as you're out there in the game of money and wealth and finance, if you meet people that like what I do, like my channel, like my 4,000 home track record and want to partner with me, because you sent them my way, I'm doing this as a way to get you in the game. I'll take my ownership, I'll cut it in half, and I'll split it equally with you. Wow. For the referral, you don't have to put any money in. You don't have to put any credit in. You're actually buying real estate. Wow. It's a new development. I put that together because I've just had all these wonderful YouTube friends.
Kris is good, man. You guys better subscribe to Kris's channel. He is good. When you get out of debt and you're thinking about getting in real estate, go to his channel, watch what he does. Okay, he knows how to suck people in debt, the young minds, he knows how to bring them in and give them a dream. Why do you think MLMs are so successful?
Clamoring over and over and over again, Kris, help me. I'm like, geez, I can't make it any easier than that. And so that's why I launched that one. Partnering, it could be even as something as simple as going to a parent. Hey, I've got a passion. I'm going to this accounting degree. My mind is wired this way. I've been going to these events and learning, and I really feel like we can do something here together. And you show them the track record and you say, come in with me on this. Put up the money and let's do this. Yeah. Now they're bringing the money and the credit, and you're bringing some of the side work. I bought 25 homes when I was in college. Yeah. I'm telling you, you can do your master's in accounting program and have this side hustle going. It's totally flexible. No one's telling you when to work it. And the reality is it doesn't take a whole lot of work as far as time is concerned. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Really, we've got 4 options. One is wait for summer and actually leverage what you got when you go full-time. Another one says co-sign and actually just get in the game now. Another one says, dude, learn how to do the options that don't involve banks so that I can just invest on my own terms. And then the last one is also very much along those lines. Who are the people I know or don't know yet that could be resources that if we teamed up, I'll put in some of the sweat, they put in the money, and together we can make deals happen. Yeah. Does that make sense? Absolutely. My whole goal, Dallin, and for you listening is always the same. How do we help you get a home? If you get one and it works, you can turn it into 2.
Absolutely.
If you got strong ROI, 2 becomes 4, 4, 8, 8 becomes $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun for me because you don't really have a job right now, and you're focusing just on that, but you have this.
All right, you guys, we're gonna stop it here. That's enough. That's enough. I can't take no more of him. All right, that's it. Now, all right, we're gonna wrap this up in an hour, okay? And I just want to make. Dave Bourne says, why would a single guy his age want a house plus comes with all the stuff for upkeep, repairs? Where is he going to get the money? He's not going to get any of that. He's going to be in a debt matrix for the rest of his life, starting this dude out wrong, and he's an accountant. You better believe, Dave, I agree. Dave says he failed class right here by rejecting option 5. If he's an accountant run, he will mismanage your money. He sure will, and won't even know he's mismanaging your money because he will not even know he's mismanaging his own money. That's why when you're financially free and you decide to get in an accountant or a CPA, you ask to see their personal credit report first. Okay? Their personal credit report will tell you everything you need to know about that person. You young people going in college right now and going to have a ton of student loan debt, I'm going to tell you right now how to get financially ahead of 45 million people immediately. As soon as you graduate, you get that new job, you pay off every single penny of that debt. You don't buy anything. Don't listen to any of your friends. Don't listen to anybody in the debt matrix that's going to tell you otherwise. Anybody that tells you otherwise, they are speaking debt. Okay, you ask them. Anybody that's against it, I want you to turn and ask them, how long have you had your student loans? If their student loans are older than their children, you better not listen to a word they're saying. You better not, because you're going to be just like them, paying on student loans until retirement, paying on student loans with your Social Security checks. You better not listen to them. You better not. All Around Strong says, is he really a college student? Exactly. It's rhetorical question, but wouldn't be surprised if this was all staged. Good breakdown, LJ. You know what? All Around Strong. I didn't even think of that. Didn't even think of that. You might be right. It might be on stage. We have no idea. That is a good observation. I'm so focused on Kris, I wasn't really paying attention to the kid. You know, from now on, every interview if I find another one like this, I'm gonna pay attention to the kid too. Is he just following what Kris is saying, or is he really thinking? Because these 2 interviews that I'm followed right now that I did critiqued on, they look like they were just following him, but they looked like young kids. I don't know. I couldn't tell. But next time I will focus on that. All right, you guys, this is it. I have an appointment, so I have to get off here early. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Appreciate all your input. I will put the details to every video in the details of this. I will put the links to the videos that we just watched in the details of this video. Okay. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. See you later. Oh, and free 30. Before I go, let me do this. Free 30-minute consultation right here. Just go to my website. Schedule yourself a meeting. And by the way, when you do it, I found this error in there because a couple of clients, we were off times for some reason I couldn't figure out. When you go schedule yourself, make sure you pick the time zone you are in so it'll auto convert to my time, because I think a couple of customers, we were off. I was calling them at the wrong times, or they wonder why I didn't call, and I don't want them to think that that's how I do business. Okay, so make sure you choose your time zone when you make your scheduled time. Okay. Much appreciated. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.